Patience is a virtue. It's something that we've all heard for a long time. We hear it from our parents whenever we thought the lines took too long at the market. We heard it whenever we had to wait for an application to go through for college or for work. Patience is something that we have to deal with every day. The problem is one thing: time. Time is something that we also have to deal with patience. You know, we live in an age where everything comes instantly. You know, you want to watch that. You want to watch that movie? It's on Disney Plus right now. You want to watch the anime? It's on Crunchyroll right now. You want that package? 2-day delivery. Everything comes to us more instantly. Meanwhile, 30 years ago, you ordered a package, they said it would get to you. That's all that was guaranteed. We live in a world where patience isn't as valued as it used to be. We all want things now, now, now. And to be frank, it's kind of weakened us a little bit as a society of people. We want to rush things, you know. My girlfriend and I were talking about it. In America, she says Americans rush things all the time, you know, with all their choices, especially in relationships. You know, you take your times with things, and when you take your times, there's more value in it. It's more strongly built, and that requires patience. And with that being said, I would like to share a few important quotes about patience, and one funny one towards the end. So, Thomas S. Monson once said, "Who can count the vast throngs of the lonely, the aged, the helpless, those who feel abandoned by the caravan of life as it moves relentlessly onward, and then disappears beyond the sight of those who ponder, who wonder, and who sometimes question as they are left alone with their thoughts? Patience can be a helpful companion during such stressful times." That is something that we all need to recognize in our times where we all need to work hard and diligently, that they aren't going to come overnight. I personally work for losing weight, and it's been a 2-year process, almost 3-year process. I started in 2019. I've lost 60 pounds, but I still need to lose another 40 pounds until the doctor says I'm at a complete optimal health rate. But the fact is that I'm being patient and doing my part and working for it. Patience is perseverance. Patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties appear and obstacles vanish. By John Quincy Adams. And that's an important quote, showing that through the persevere and patience, we reap the rewards of it, and we feel the gratitude of it, which I can strongly stand by. And it's something that we'll always constantly learn. Elon Musk, one of the richest men on earth, he says, "Patience is a virtue." I'm learning patience, and it's a tough lesson, showing that no matter how far we are in life and our successes, we're always going to have to be patient and wait for something. No matter if we're a billionaire or the poorest man on earth, we're always going to take those steps, and those steps are going to take patience. And then this last one I find funny is from Captain America in Spider-Man Homecoming. It says, "Patience. Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems that it's not worth it. You wonder, why did you wait for something so long that's disappointing?" That's just an honest truth about patience too. You know, we wait for that application to come through and we get turned down. We talk to that guy forever who's cute and he likes us and we really hit it off, but it just doesn't work. That's another thing. We just got to understand that with patience doesn't mean that our rewards are going to be there, but that's where we need to learn how to see patience as a reward itself for being so patient, being so respectful. And that's why I have 3 ways to look at patience in a better light. The first one is, this leaves time for me to focus on self-improvement in other areas of my life. So say you're waiting for an application, or say you're waiting for, you know, me personally losing that weight. Focus on how you can do better in other aspects, you know. Maybe pick up a talent, maybe pick up a little hobby. Something that makes you say, you know, this boring life I live right now, I can do something else to pass the time. Then, another one I'd like people to say to themselves is, I can take this time on reflecting myself and seeing how I can improve. Write down a list, seeing the things that you lack while in this time of patience, whether it be 10 minutes or 30 minutes, or an hour, or a year. You know, for me personally, I remember I would yo-yo, like at the workplace, and work on my yo-yo talents while I was waiting for someone to empty the bathroom when I was a bathroom cleaner. And then this last one is, I can appreciate the simple moments in between major moments in my life to help me appreciate this thing called life. I remember last year in 2020 when everyone's life was on pause and everyone's was just sick or things were paused. I thought to myself, what can I do in this free time? So I remember I went on a walk in the park, and I did the loop 5 times, but I felt like nothing was being rewarded. So I decided to sit down under a tree and just bask in the glory of nature. I thought of how comforting it was, how relaxing it was, showing me that like in these times of patience, we don't have to focus on that one big goal that we have. We can think of ourselves and think what we do have and what we can value about it. And that's what I thought when I was feeling my feet in the grass and feeling the sun on my face. And I felt bliss, peacefulness. I didn't feel like we were in a pandemic. And and when you take these moments in, I also take these moments in when I'm hanging out with my friends or talking to my family. I take these moments in of nothing really happened, but it was a good feeling of release, a good feeling of comfort. It was something that I truly valued and I appreciated. And that's just something that we don't acquire as much without patience. We don't get to see the beauty in all things. We don't get to see the comfort in all things. We just ask, when's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? But in actuality, these are the moments where we can take the time to reflect. Think about how much we've grown as people. Thinking, instead of, I'll never get to point B, you have reached point B before. You're probably at point X, Y, or Z, of section 1. That you're always going to be growing. It's just always feeling like point B is never there. Eventually when I achieve a goal of losing my weight to where I want to be, I'll still find something to complain about, something health-wise. You might get that job you want as a nursing student or as a graphic designer, but there's just gonna be something missing at work that'll make it hard still. So, in conclusion, I would like to say there's a few things that you might want to write down in your head and jot down on what you can recognize with patience and how it's a virtue, and I can promise great rewards. Rewards such as insight, self-control, and becoming more understanding. Because with insight, you feel like you're the better person in the room. You're more clear-minded. You don't have to feel very selfish-like. You feel very observant. That goes with self-control. You don't feel like, you don't have to panic. You don't have to freak out. You can understand that the sky's still blue or gray wherever you live. Life still is going to move on. And you don't have to worry about certain deadlines as much. Then becoming more understanding. I feel patience is a virtue because it makes me feel good in life, thinking that I'm doing the right thing being patient. I'm showing that I care about that person. I'm showing that I care about that person, that group, those people. Because if I just wanted what I wanted now, that's just showing selfishness. So what I hope you take from my talk today is that with patience, you can recognize the little things that help you get by and help look at yourself and see, how can I improve? How can I be better? Thank you very much for my TED Talk, and y'all have a good day.